morning, Lions. I'm your host, Christian Stewart, and welcome to the Stew. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And now for a moment of silent meditation. You may now sit down and enjoy this week's Mindful Monday with Miss Dreedy.
Good morning, Lions, and welcome to Mindful Mondays. I'm your host today, your high school counselor, Sabrina Dreedy, letters Q through Z, and today I'm going to talk to you about Lion Strides. What is Lion Strides? Good question. All right, so Lion Strides was an initiative created a few years ago to recognize students that are making an overall academic improvement from one quarter to the next. Okay, so basically you're making strides in the right direction. And I'm going to explain what it is, but just keep in mind that in order to meet Lion Strides and receive an award, you have to go above 3 points above overall in your grades. Okay, so here's how it works. Okay, so as you can see here, we have Pepito Perez's grades for quarter 1 and quarter 2. So to the left, you'll see all the classes that he's taking. So ELA, reading, math, science, social studies, PE, art, and Spanish, just to give you examples. And then the second column will show you his first quarter grades. So he got a C in his language arts class, but then in the second quarter, he went up to a B. So on the last column to the right, you'll see that he went up 1 point, okay? Because there was a point difference between a C and a B. Now, for his reading class, he stayed the same because he got a C in the first quarter and a C in the second quarter. So there was no change, so he doesn't get any points because he didn't go up or down, he stayed the same. For his math class, he had a D in the first quarter and then he moved up 1 point to a C. So that you'll see on the gains loss column, all the way to the right. His science class, he started with a D in the first quarter and then he went up 2 points, okay, because he went from a D to a B. Then for his social studies class, again, he stayed the same because he had a C in the first quarter and a C in the second quarter. So he doesn't get any points for that because he stayed the same. In his PE class, he started off with a B and then he moved down to a C because apparently Pepito Perez wasn't dressing out, and therefore he loses a point. And then his art class, he went from an A and then he went down in the second quarter to a B, so he loses another point there. And then the last class that you see is Spanish, and he went from a B in the first quarter to an A in the second quarter, and then that means he went up a point. So once you do the math and tally up all the points, you'll see that the total is an average of +3 points, okay? And so that means that he's eligible for Lion Strides. And this is the kind of student that we want to recognize. Someone that is not your honor roll student, but that is still working very hard to make improvements overall. So please make sure that you are working as hard as you can, that you're attending those tutoring sessions and those homework help classes on Mondays after school, and that you're getting help from all your teachers, asking questions, completing assignments, and doing the best that you can so that you can become a Lion Strides recipient. All right, guys, so keep in mind that we're going to be recognizing everyone between all quarters. So if you make Lion Strides from the first to the second quarter, we're also going to see if you make it from the second quarter to the third quarter. And just so that you know, last year we had some winners that went up to 22 plus points. So it's definitely possible. And what that means is they basically went from all Fs to all A's, or all D's to all B's. Stay tuned for more information on Lion Strides. If you have any questions, please come and see your counselor in room 82. Have a great day.
Thank you so much to Miss Dreedy for explaining what Lion Strides is and how to attain it. And now for world news. Omicron, the new variant for the COVID-19 virus, has turned out to be 2 times as contagious as previous variants. It has a bit milder of symptoms, but the vaccine is also less effective. Still not ineffective, just less effective. It's not as dangerous as the Delta, as the Delta is still 99.99% of the cases in the United States. And now we have a very fun fact that last Atlantic hurricane season, we went through every single name on the list. That is the 3rd time that happens in all of the history of us naming hurricanes. And finally, after 400 years, Barbados has become independent from the Queen of Britain. Congratulations, they had a great celebration and hopefully we get to see some good stuff from them. For the weather, this week there will be an average high of 75 degrees Fahrenheit. It's going to be pretty cold. Bring your jackets, I highly recommend that. And now for the morning announcements. Last week in sports, the boys soccer team played against Hialeah High and won with a score of 1-0. It was quite the close game. And this week, they will be having 2 games. One against Florida Christian and another one against North Miami. Both are going to be taking place in Mailander. And the girls soccer team will also be having a game against North Miami at Mailander. Let's get into some basketball. The boys basketball team won both of their games last week. They won against Varela and Mailander, both with pretty good scores. Scores are right now on screen. Honestly, congratulations. And they also have another tournament later this week that they have to attend. And honestly, wish them luck. It's going to be going from, I believe, Thursday to Saturday. So it's going to be taking up the weekend. So I hope you guys enjoy it. And girls basketball, although they sadly lost 2 games last week, they are going to be having some other games this week in which they could possibly redeem themselves. I hope they manage to get this victory. And I believe the games are also in the den. Don't quote me on that. For lunch, we'll be having the usual salad and pizzas. And for the third option, wait, the Pokeball could talk? Apparently you're going to be having something edible with the choice of milk or juice and sometimes some fruit.
Seniors!
Please remember to fill out your FAFSA as soon as possible. Only 30% of the senior class has filled it out. And Ms. Macho said she will be giving out some community service hours if you fill it out. Remember that you do need 10 hours to graduate. And some teachers have also said they will be giving out extra credit if you show them proof that you filled out your FAFSA. And if you are not eligible for the FAFSA, there still are some other options that you might be eligible for. So please drop by the Media Center and ask for some assistance. And that's all for today. Thank you for watching this week's episode of The Stew, and I hope you have a fantabulous week. Hey, what can you blindfold a Pokemon? Because it's going to Pikachu.